What's up, family? We have some good news for everyone as the most popular benefit from the government is returning. We are talking about the child tax credit, and right now Congress is deciding on whether or not to bring it back. And we have some secret information that if this happens, that might make those child tax credits retroactive. Don't tell anyone, but as they continue to negotiate, it might be best for you to wait before you file your taxes. Now, in addition to that, the IRS made some recent changes that might affect you or your family. I've got the details to share with you in just a moment, but before we get started, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now, let's go ahead and start with the video. Starting off yesterday, we made some very breaking news, and yes, the stock market, the S&P 500, hit a new record all-time high. This was amazing for some of you that are actually investors, and then for other people, it was really remarkable to see exactly where we have come from, considering that we had the pandemic, which pretty much crippled the United States as well as the stock market. So to see this come back to some new all-time highs that we haven't seen since prior to the pandemic, this is some awesome news. Yes, it says that the S&P scaled a new all-time high on Friday amid the signs that the economic despondency that has gripped the U.S. consumers may be easing up a little bit. That is some awesome news. Yes, the stock market ended up growing for the entire day, hitting this all-time high and sending investors on a super celebration over the weekend. So anyways, I definitely want to share that with you today because that is some positive news. It looks like we are finally headed in the right direction. Now, if we can just get more people working and perhaps get some new stimulus checks, things will be a-okay. But anyways, that is the information, the celebration from yesterday. But moving on, guys, we do need to go ahead and talk about these child tax credits because it is a huge subject right now, especially as Congress is negotiating in regards to figuring out how to construct the spending bill to keep the government open for an additional few months or so. But anyways, as you can see right here, it says that the child tax credit bill could bring a boost for parents this year in 2024. Yes, like I said, that Congress is deciding on this bipartisan bill that they announced earlier this week, in which if they go ahead and approve of this and it becomes law, American parents will be getting some upgraded checks in the mail. Roughly $78 billion in tax cuts would also go to expanding the child tax credit as well as tax credits for businesses. However, that bill is facing a little bit of tough track in regards to getting passed. Yes, and to fast forward a little bit, last night they ended up go ahead and passing and signing the bipartisan bill. Now, the sad part about it is that they did not include the child tax credit. It was not included in this particular bill. However, the bad news is that it wasn't in this bill, but the good news is that they are going to have to do this all over again at the beginning of March. That is in less than 45 days away. You heard it right. They only approved of enough spending money to get them through the month of January and the month of February. But when it comes time for the beginning of March, we will be back at this once again. Now, I will say that the Democrats are still trying to fight to get and to bring back the child tax credit. However, the Republicans, they don't necessarily want to see that at all, but they do want to see more tax credits for businesses. As you know, businesses continue to keep hiring people to keep this economy going, if you will. So anyways, that is in regards to what Congress is working on. But right now, they did not include the child tax credit in this spending bill that was signed yesterday on the 19th of January. But in addition to the child tax credit, we did receive some interesting information right here in which it looks like this particular state, Iowa, there was a letter sent out that said that Iowans need a robust retroactive child tax credit. So not just the normal federal level tax credit, they want one that's retroactive, which means that it is going to go back in time and fill out those areas in regards to providing those monthly checks, those monthly child tax credits retroactively. Yes, it says that how many Iowan families recall qualifying and receiving the monthly federal child tax credit payments in 2021. How many Iowan families would like to receive those again this year? Well, fast forward to today, we are still in the pandemic with inflation rates to add to the equation, with recent attacks on our education system, lack of mental health resources, and food banks experiencing an overload of families in need of assistance. The expanded child tax credit could help lower income families make ends meet. However, there are 136,000 Iowan children, including 7,000 children in veteran or active duty families, left out of the full tax credit because their parents don't earn enough money. And to make matters worse, in Woodbury County, the Board of Supervisors just voted to cut money from the Commission of Veterans Affairs and to slash the budget of the library in a nearby rural community by 50% to cover the cost of a new jail that is not complete as of yet. So anyways, but like I said, there was a letter written to the mayor of Iowa stating that we need not just a child tax credit, but we need retroactive child tax credits. Our people are still struggling. Food banks are struggling because there are too many families showing up trying to get food and there is not enough food to give them. So we need to do something about it on a state level, and maybe we can make this actually happen. But anyways, like I said, on the federal level, there are not going to be any child tax credits, but it does look like Iowa may be on the verge of introducing some type of child tax credit that would include a retroactive option. Again, we'll just have to continue to follow and monitor that situation. But right now, there has been nothing signed into law as of yet. But hopefully, keep your fingers crossed that this could come to fruition very, very soon this year sometime, I hope. But anyways, in addition to that, right here it says that can you file your taxes? Yes, there was a lot of talk going on in regards to that you needed to wait a little bit longer before you file your 2023 taxes because you never know whether or not Congress is going to approve of the child tax credit. Well, anyways, like I just said, we just found out yesterday that the bill was signed and it did not include child tax credit. So in regards to whether or not you need to wait on filing your taxes, I would say that you no longer need to wait at this time. However, I did tell you that they are going to bring this back up again coming at the beginning of March or at the end of February to discuss the new spending bill in which this topic of providing a federal child tax credit is going to come back up in the negotiations. So they very well could bring this back up and include it in the bipartisan bill sometime in March. However, we still don't know as of yet, but I would not encourage you to wait until March to see whether or not they include this. You can just go ahead and file your taxes at this time. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update on that because we just found out that the child tax credit is not going to be happening as of now. So, but anyways, guys, I did find this particular article right here that is talking about some specific changes that the IRS agency is implementing for the 2024 tax season. So, yes, this is very helpful for you to figure out what maneuvers you want to make this year because this is all going to apply when you file your taxes next year for 2024. But anyways, it says that the 2024 tax season will officially start on January the 29th. That is sometime in the next week or so, according to the IRS. And that is when the IRS will start accepting and processing returns for the 2023 tax year. Although taxpayers are free to start working on the return right now, the IRS Free File, which allows participant software companies to collect returns and store them until they can be electronically filed, which starts on January the 12th of this year. But anyways, a little bit of details in regards to this. The IRS is expecting to receive more than 128 million individual tax returns to be filed by April the 15th of this year, which is the deadline. The IRS leadership says that $60 billion or so pumped into the agency from the Inflation Reduction Act is paying dividends, and IRS employees are working hard to make sure that new funding is used to help taxpayers by making the process of preparing preparing and filing their taxes much easier this year, according to the IRS commissioner. But in addition to that, some concerns that are still out there, I want to share it with you real quick. The report from the Advocate Collins notes that hiring continues to be a challenge for the IRS, and that if changes are not made, the staffing shortages will compound and pose significant threats to federal tax administration and taxpayer rights. In addition to that, many of the 30,000 plus employees hired in the fiscal year of last year were to offset high rates of workforce attrition, as 18% of the IRS workforce is retirement eligible right now, and 37% will be eligible for retirement in the next 5 years. The reality is that the federal pay is competitive for some jobs, but not for all jobs, and in some job categories, such as revenue agents who audit large partnerships and corporations, the IRS seemingly has trouble hiring those individuals. So this is very important in regards to this. Number one, you need to know that there could be a delay in regards to filing your taxes and receiving your tax refund. They are still receiving a shortage right now, and it doesn't look like things are getting any better. So that is the first step in regards to this particular concerns by the IRS. And then the second thing is really a concern for you or someone you know. They just said that they are having a trouble trying to hire candidates, advertising candidates, training new hiring candidates, recruiting candidates. Yes, all of the above. They are struggling right there in this particular area in regards to bringing on more people to help with the load of the IRS so that they can process more tax returns in a more fashionable way. But anyways, this is important because you or someone you know may need a job. You could be struggling, or let's just say you're trying to find a job that pays you a little bit more. This is an opportunity for you. Please go to the IRS.gov's website and go to careers or staffing and see if there is any opportunity out there that you may be interested. Go ahead and shoot your shot, apply for the job, even if you already have a job. It doesn't matter, because nothing matters until you accept the job. So anyways, you never know whether or not you can potentially receive a $10,000 increase or a $20,000 increase from applying for these jobs at the IRS. They are desperately in need right now to hire new people as the tax season is about to kick off. So anyways, please share this information with someone else. Share this video if you will, and direct them to go to the IRS.gov's website to look for these potential opportunities. I know me myself, I am going to look as well just to see what's out there, and I probably will apply for a couple of opportunities as well. So anyways, I just wanted to share that information with you. But outside of all of that, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, that's all we have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below in the description. There are a couple of opportunities for you to earn some free money, such as signing up with Webull, where they're giving away 12 free stocks after you deposit $1. The cool thing about it is that those stocks can be worth $3,000, especially now that we have seen that the stock market has reached all-time highs. In addition to that, don't forget about getting the Amazon Prime membership, where you can get 30 days for free, which is a great time right now so you can watch the rest of the NFL season, as well as order things such as your groceries or items from Amazon and get them delivered to your front door for totally free. But anyways, those are just a few. Check out the links down below. But anyways, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.